Nostro. In fact, we'll be covering various forex numeric one-liners also. Okay, so follow this video till the end. So let's start without wasting the time. Okay, yeah, one sec. Firstly, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting all the premium study material, current affairs, job alerts, daily quizzes, plus live classes. Plus, you will be getting notes, plus question bank, plus test. Whatever we need for JAIIB, CAIIB, and various banking exams, we get it in this. So, download it fast. Also, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting all the updates on JAIIB, CAIIB, and various banking exams. Also, all the free YouTube series, informative YouTube series. See this, presently the YouTube series which is going on right now, which you are watching right now, is on Officers Adda 24/7 only. So that's why subscribe, click on the bell icon. Okay. These are the two new batches starting from January 20th. Okay. CAIIB, one is English, second is bilingual. You can use, you can join any one of them, and remember to get the discounts, use the code Y432. Never forget. Okay, this code Y432. More on this later. So let's start. So today's topic basically is objective questions on Nostro, Vostro, and various forex points. Okay. So let's start. Yesterday there was one homework. Okay. So let me check how many of you have done it. A banking company can acquire the shares in the company as pledge, mortgagee, assignee, etc. Subject to which of the following ceiling. Means what? Suppose if you are the bank, understand the logic behind this problem. Suppose if you are the bank, okay, any bank, and you give some, you acquire some shares of some bank. Why will you acquire the shares of some other company? Because imagine if you have given a loan to that bank, and that bank has given you an offer that kindly we can't repay the loan, so kindly what you do is you acquire our shares. We'll give you the shares in return. So how much shares can you acquire? That is the question now. Got this point? So how much shares can you acquire for that bank? So the option A is not exceeding 30% of the capital of the bank or 30% of the capital of the company, whichever is higher. Okay. Second, not exceeding 30% of the reserves of the bank or 30% of the capital of the company, whichever is lower. Remember, reserves and capital. Now the words are changing. Focus on the words. Okay. Here 30% of the capital and 30% of the capital only, and here higher, 3 words. Then not exceeding 30% of the paid up capital and reserves of the bank or 30% of the capital of the company, whichever is lower. So now this is paid up capital, reserves, and capital of the company, and next word is lower. Okay, and 30% of the capital of the company. So how many of you have answered this? Okay, how many of you know this answer? A, B, C, or D? Definitely I'll just give out D is not the answer. Okay, D is not the answer, and A is also not the answer. Okay, now the answer lies between B and C only. So not exceeding 30% of the reserves of the bank or 30% of the capital of the company, whichever is lower, or 30% of the paid up capital and reserves of the bank, or 30% of the capital of the company. Remember, two separate things are mentioned over here. For bank it is mentioned capital and reserves. Okay, and for the company it is mentioned capital only. So now what is the answer? Correct. The answer is C. This is the right answer. Means a banking company can acquire the shares in the company as pledge, mortgagee, assignee, etc. subject to not exceeding 30% of the capital and paid up and reserves of the bank or 30% of the capital of the company, whichever is lower. This is important. Means either of these two things should be lower. Either the bank's capital and reserves or the capital of the company, whichever is lower, means this 30% part. Got this? Okay. So shall we move on now? Everyone, remember this by heart for exam. Okay. Now let's start this. The quotation of US dollar 1 equals to rupees 44.40 or rupees 44.50 is. So what is this called as? Average rate, indirect rate, direct rate, cross rate. What do you think? $1 equals to this many rupees. Whatever it can be. It can go higher, lower, whatever it is. Okay. So what is this called as? Average, indirect, direct and cross. Okay, I'll give you the options. Okay, A is out, D is out. Okay, now indirect and direct. What do you think? Yes. Dollar is constant over here and rupee is fluctuating. So this is known as what? This is known as direct rate. Got it? Always remember, when it all depends on the dollar. Okay, if dollar is constant, see this, dollar is constant. Okay, constant, then the other currency will fluctuate. In that case, when dollar is constant, it is called as the same which we have shown it over here. In India, we are following the same system, that is direct, isn't it? How do we quote rupee now? Rupee means $1 equals to rupees 70, 80, somewhere 85 roughly, isn't it? So dollar is kept constant over there, and then we follow this direct system. But what is the indirect system then? When dollar is fluctuating, for example, 1 pound, 1 GBP, okay, GBP equals to whatever, $1.5 or whatever it is, okay, $1.5. So now here dollar is fluctuating. Got it? Whichever is on the left is always constant, whichever is on the right is always fluctuating. So dollar is fluctuating, so this becomes indirect. Okay, got it? So what is the answer for this? Correct, direct rate. Got it? Move on. Everyone understood this? What do you mean by direct and indirect here? When you are on the left, 1 GBP means if dollar is kept on the left, then it becomes a direct rate. If dollar is brought on the right side, it is called as a indirect rate. Got it? When nostro account of a bank is credited before the payment of the tenderer of foreign exchange, which of the following rates will be applied? Now this question is something difficult. See this. Nostro is credited before the payment to the tenderer of foreign exchange. Means nostro is credited before the payment to that person. So which rate will I apply? Understand the question. See this. Let's say I am SBI. Okay. I am SBI. So SBI will be having two accounts. Okay. One is nostro. SBI is nostro. Okay. Let's say this nostro is with Citibank. Okay. With Citi. So SBI is having their nostro with Citi, and SBI is also having the account of, let's say, XYZ person. XYZ. Now what has happened? This XYZ person is to receive funds from some foreign party. Means buyer, I'll say. Buyer over here. Buyer. Okay. So this buyer has to pay to this XYZ person. But how will this buyer pay? This buyer is in USA. How will this buyer pay to this XYZ person? He will credit the nostro account of SBI, and then SBI will convert this dollar. He will credit dollars over here. Okay. Then SBI will convert this dollar to rupees, right? To rupees, and then give these rupees to this XYZ person, right? So now what is the question? When the payment, here the nostro account is credited before the payment to the tenderer, means buyer has paid first. Now this is the step number 1. He has paid nostro in nostro, and then SBI is paying this to XYZ. So what rate will SBI apply now? TT buying, bills buying, TT selling, bills selling. So what rate should it apply? Everyone, see here, I'll give you a few hints over here. See here, firstly understand what is this export or import transaction. What is this? Export or import means buyer is in USA, seller is in India, so it is export, right? Whenever you have export transaction, whenever, I'll write it over here, everyone pay keen attention to this. Whenever you have export transaction, export, okay, you always buy the foreign currency, buy dollars. Okay, whenever you have export, you have buy. So now in this case, selling is out, C is out, and D is out. Now only question remains is TT or bill. So now let me come back to this. When step number 1 happens first, means buyer, first the amount is credited to nostro. Now what SBI has to do in this case? This buyer has credited, let's say, $1,000. So SBI has to do what? Just convert this 1000 to rupees and using that rate and give this XYZ amount. So is it taking any risk over here? Is everyone answer in the comment section? Is SBI taking any risk in this? Funds are credited first. It is just converting. So is there any risk for SBI now? Everyone. Fast, fast, fast. Correct? It is no risk. When there is no risk, always remember, when there is no risk, we always apply TT rates. Okay? And when there is a risk, then we apply the bill rate. Bill rate means always risk, future dated transactions, forward transactions. Okay? If something is happening in future, for that I am paying. So that is called as that is required for bills rate. Okay? So now, firstly, is there any risk over here involved? No. So what will I do now? Bill or TT? Everyone answer fast now. A or B? Now everyone has got the hint, right? So first hint you have got it from exports. So buy. So this is C and D are out. Now second hint is risk or no risk. So there is no risk. So what is the answer now? Everyone. Fast, 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 fast. Yes. TT. Correct. TT buying rate will be applied. Second. When Vostro account is credited to the bank, credited later than the payment of to the tenderer of foreign exchange, which of the following rates will be applied? Now remember, don't get confused with this Nostro and Vostro account. Means see this, in earlier question it was given when Nostro account of the bank is credited. Here it's given when Vostro account of the bank is, nothing happens. Let it be Nostro account, let it be Vostro account. Only the point which you have to check is whether the account is credited first or later. In first case, earlier case, what was the case? Funds were credited, dollar was credited first and then second step was this, right? So in this case, what is happening? Vostro account is credited later than the payment to the tenderer. Means again we'll come to this same question. See this, I'll show it over here only now. This is step number 2, right? I'll write it over here. So in this case, let me write it over here. Hold on. Let me bring this slide over here. One sec. Yeah. So in this case now, again the same logic. SBI, right? Then this Nostro. Now it is here. Now we are having Vostro, not Nostro. Okay. Vostro means Citibank is having Vostro with SBI now. Now this Citibank is having this Vostro account will always be in rupees. Nostro will be in some foreign currency, right? Now this buyer wants to pay. Again this buyer can pay in rupees also. What will this buyer do? This buyer will first convert the amount in rupees. Okay, Vostro he has to credit. So he'll convert the amount in dollar to rupees over here. See this. Dollar to rupees over here. First step he is doing over here. This is step number 1. Crediting, and then SBI will just debit its Nostro and credit the Vostro of Mr. XYZ. Okay, so this is step number 2. So what is done first now? When the bank is credited later than the payment to the tenderer, means now SBI has first credited it to XYZ. This has become step number 1 now, and this has become step number 2, right? When such thing happens, where the payment to XYZ is done first and buyer pays later. So is there any risk involved to the bank now? Firstly tell me whether there is any risk involved to the bank or no. Yes, risk involved. So when risk is involved, yes, risk. Okay. So if risk is involved, which rate will be applied? TT or bill? Everyone. Which rate will be applied? TT or bill? Correct? Bill rate. So now bill rates are applied. So now as bill rates are applied, what is out? TT is out. So TT out, TT out. So now what? Bill buying or bill selling? Again the logic same. What was the logic given for buying and selling? When it is export, we have to buy. Is this an export or import? Buyer, where is the buyer? Buyer is in USA. So again logic same. Export. So if it is buying, then we'll be applying the buying rate. So now give me the answer. What is the answer? B or C? B or C? Right? I'll write it over here. Export. So export means buy. Okay. So now what is the answer I am getting? Bill and buy. So my answer is B. Bill buying rate. Everyone. Okay. Got it? Okay. Chalo. Now before moving ahead, let me tell you these batches. See this, these two new batches which are coming up on January 20th for CAIIB. We'll be covering all the numericals, objective questions, theory, whatever is required for CAIIB, all the 4 subjects we'll be covering. Okay, so definitely join this, English or bilingual, both. Importantly, this time it's a new syllabus, so you have to, I would suggest everyone should join the classes. Why? Because in that case you will be needing a guide, a mentor. Okay, more how to get the discounts I'll show you at the end. Okay, so let's start this again. When there is the outward remittance and handling of import bills is involved, which of the following rates are applied to Nostro? So see this, import bill is involved. Okay, import bill. So now give me the simple logic. Export is buy, so import will be, just now I told you, export is buy, so import will be, everyone, import is selling, right? So now I'll apply the sell rate. So if I'll apply the sell rate, what is out? Buying. Buying out. Now what is remaining? Only selling, right? Now again what? TT or bill? When there is a outward remittance and a handling of import bills is involved. So outward remittance, whenever you do any remittance, okay? So for this remittance and import bill, only import bill, handling of import bill is involved. Is it given that financing is involved? There is no financing involved. So here, always remember, risk is there in financing. Risk is always there in financing. If you don't finance, then there is never any risk. Okay. So if there is no risk now, there is no financing involved. So no risk. So no risk means what rate? No risk. Okay. No risk means which rate? What do we call TT or bills? It is TT. Correct. So what is my answer now? No risk and import. So my answer is everyone. C. Very good. C. Everyone must know this. See this. Keep the simple logic which I am giving. Export is buy, import is sell. Risk is bills. No risk is TT. Simple. Very simple. Keep it that simple in life. When there is sale of foreign exchange but import bills are not handled, which rate will be applied? See here, sale of foreign exchange. There is a foreign exchange which is being sold. So sale means what? Sale means import, right? But foreign exchange is sold over here. So for selling, it's directly given. What rate to be applied? So selling means what? It will be TT sale or this TT sale or bill sale, and there is one more rate that is called as TC, traveler's checks. Okay, TC sale. Now let's see which among these. What is this traveler's checks? See here, what are these 3 differences basically? Bill is when we have the risk involved, we are financing somebody. TT is there is a foreign exchange coming in or going out through wire, means through SWIFT, and TC is for traveler's checks. When we are handling traveler's checks, then we use this TC. Nowadays TC is almost gone. Almost, I won't say every time it's fully gone, but almost 99% nobody handles TC now. Okay, because now the faster ways of communication have come in. Okay. So when there is a sale of foreign exchange, means sale is there. So definitely you'll handle this sale rate only. Okay. But which rate? But import bills are not involved. See here, there is no import bill. Import bill means what? See here, there are 2 types of this forex involved. Okay. One is retail, and second is trade. Always remember, retail and trade forex. These are the 2 forexes involved. So when you handle import or export, then it's called as trade. Okay, both import or export. I'll write it over here. Import or export. Okay. So when you handle these, that is called as trade. But when you don't handle import or export, that is called as retail. So now here retail we are applying. So which rate will I apply now? Clean selling rate, check selling rate, TC selling rate, bill selling rate. Now among these only you have to choose. TT selling rate, sorry, TT selling rate or bill selling rate. So among these only, there can be some other answer also, but which among these is correct? That is what. So here, always remember, there is nothing called as clean selling rate. Okay. Check selling rate, there is nothing called as check selling rate. Okay. So there are only 3 rates, either TT, bill or TC. So now, are you handling TT or bill? Which rate will you handle? Because is there any forex involved? Are you financing over here? No. No financing means what? You are not taking any risk. When you are not taking the risk, so what will you apply then? Everyone, yes? C, correct? TT, no risk involved. Now one for the homework. In India, exchange rates are decided by whom? Who decides the exchange rates in India? RBI, FedI, IBA, Indian Banking Association, or market forces? Now this answer I'll give you tomorrow. When you come back from the homework, I'll just give you tomorrow, okay? So now let me come back to these batches. See this, in these batches how to get the discount that was remaining, right? So how to get the discount? Go to Adda 24/7 live. See this, Adda 24/7. Let me go, okay, hold on, yeah. See this, we go to Adda 24/7 over here. If you're having the app, I would suggest go on the app, okay? In app you will be getting 1% extra discount using the coins, okay? So click on JAIIB and CAIIB. Now click on this CAIIB 23. You are in CAIIB, so click on CAIIB only. Click on this CAIIB English batch. Now look at this. Once you click on this English batch, you will get the details over here. All the timings, plus you will be getting this, what all are the this dates. Then study plan is given over here. You can go through it at your ease. I'll cover the important parts over here. See this, recorded 24/7 sessions are available. Recorded means what? If you miss out any class any day, okay, so you can definitely go for the recorded classes. Also two-way interactive classes, you can ask the questions anytime. That is very important, because if you have any doubt, it should be clarified there and then itself, okay. Also subject wise expertise, all the faculties are experienced over here, okay. Now let me go to the fees part. 23,999. What you can do is click on view offers. What is the code I gave you? Y432, right? Go on Adda 24 and go for this Y432. Apply the code. Now look at this. See this. Now you are getting 80% off. Means 23,999. You have it reduced to 4,799. Such a huge discount you are getting. Go for it immediately. I would also suggest, instead of going in for a single batch, okay, you can go for the Mahapack. See this, in Mahapack what happens? In Mahapack you can get multiple batches. Multiple batches means, see this, I'll just show you over here. JAIIB, CAIIB, Mahapack. Click on this Mahapack. See this, there are multiple batches available. Go for this CAIIB ka Mahapack. Go for this. Click on this. See this, how many batches are you getting? Check this, okay. The batches which you are getting is, see, 15 plus batches for ABM, BFM, right? 15 plus batches for ABM, BFM and BRBL. These many batch. 15 plus batches means even if you attend a batch singly also, once also, you don't learn, just attend it. Then also there are more chances that you'll learn it, okay, because 15 times it's getting revised. Again, recorded videos are available for that, for this also. Books are available, tests are available, everything. Now let's look at the fees part. 35,996 is the fees for all these 15 batches combined, but don't pay this huge fees, okay. We are having this discount, so click on this discount, click on apply, put the code Y432. Now click on apply. Now again say this, the validity has increased to 6 plus 6 months, means it is a special offer going on right now. Go for it immediately. The fees is 7199. Now 35,996 reduces to 7199 plus for 12 months. It's a huge offer. Go for it, grab it ASAP, okay. So I'll be back tomorrow with another series, but importantly many of us don't know the new portion, okay. Let me get back to the new portion, because what has happened is portion has changed for this time, okay. May 23. Many of us don't know this. See this, these are the 4 subjects, okay. ABM, BFM, ABFM and BRBL. Now ABM, BFM you already know, but ABFM is a new subject and BRBL is a new subject, okay. This is related to legal and this is related to business. Also the electives are rural, HR, IT, central and risk, okay. There is no retail elective. Negative marking, yeah, that has been removed now. Negative marking is removed, okay. Good, yeah, one thing good for you guys. Negative marking is removed, isn't it? Then there are subjective questions, means you'll have to answer them by writing, okay. This is the arrangement they are making, okay, this time. At least they have given it on paper this time. So tomorrow I'll be back with another series. Till then, bye.